Well, welcome. That got the heart pumping, didn't it? First of all, we have greetings from the church here. I'm Jan Speakman, a member of this church. Whether this is your first time or your 100th time of coming here, we welcome you. We continue to navigate our services. We're glad we can provide this forum both in person and in virtual. Hi, everybody at home. And to find comfort and recommit ourselves to the mission of supporting one another in our spiritual journeys, working for justice, caring for the earth, and building the common good. We gather to recommit ourselves to dismantling the systems of oppression and injustice. It is good to be together. Welcome. First, some announcements, or an announcement, I should say. A yard sale is planned for July 25. Should you have items to donate, please drop them here by 10 a.m. on Friday the 24th. We don't have anywhere to store anything, so it needs to come on that day. Lastly, please look towards your emails and phones and website for continued updates about worship and other church happenings. And know if you are ever in need, your church staff is an email or a phone call away. I invite you now to take a deep breath as we enter into this time of worship. We light this chalice in the spirit of thoughtful joy, not the joy that avoids difficulty, but the joy that dares to create. Bertrand Russell wrote that happiness does not come from passive amusement, but from the deep well of meaningful work. From the effort to build, to think, to serve something greater than oneself. Together we gather to do just that. May the flame we now can forward. There we go. Hey, I haven't finished. May the flame we kindle now reminds us there is a quiet courage of community, there is the possibility of happiness earned not by escape, but by engagement. Please rise for our opening hymn, Let It Be a Dance. Hymn 311. Thank you. While you remain standing, please speak aloud the covenant of our community, which are held in both our heart and on our order of service. Love is the teaching of this church. The quest of truth is its daily task, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge and freedom, to serve life and community, to the end that all souls shall grow in harmony. This is our covenant with each and with all. Thank you. Please be seated. We'll now have a time for all ages. It is a book called Joy by Corinne Avaris and Isabel Folath. So, kids, come on up. Is this working? Can you all hear me now? Yeah. Yes. How many children are here? Where's Ryan, Dorothy? Did I just knock it off? No, thank goodness. It's taped on. Okay. So this book is about joy. And one of the things in the story is joy is described with a whoosh. So could we practice a whoosh? Whoosh. Yeah. So Fern was a little girl. Fern loved her nana. She loved her butterfly cakes, her mantelpiece mice, and her cat Snowball. But most of all, she loved her smile. But recently, Nana had stopped baking cakes. The mice were dusty, and Snowball was more like a ball of fuzz. Worst of all, Nana hardly ever smiled. Goodness, what do you think happened? Yeah, we're going to find out next page. What's wrong with Nana? Fern asked her mother. I don't know, Mum replied. It's like the joy has gone out of her life. What's joy? Asked Fern. Joy is what makes your heart happy and your eyes twinkle. Joy thought about. Like when we dance after dinner, or when I get the giggles like Ernie, or when I go whooshing down a slide. Yes, said Mum. A great big whoosh. That's what described it all. So, do you think of fun things like that you do to get some joy? I can think of a few things. Nana deserved some whoosh, is what Fern thought. And if the joy had gone out of Nana's life, then how would she bring it back? But where would Fern find it? And how would she carry it to Nana? She searched the house looking for a catching kit, a can, a paper bag, a saucepan, a box with no lid, a lid with no box, a fishing net, and a pointy stick. Into Fern's catching bag it all went. Can you think of some things that might catch joy? I wonder. That afternoon, Fern and her mother set off for the park. There would be plenty of joy there. No one would mind if she borrowed some for Nana. I think that's right, there's a lot of joy at the park. A puppy bounded toward Fern, its floppy ears flying up and down, bounce, bounce, bounce. Fern giggled, and she felt that whoosh of joy. She tried to catch the bounce, but the bounce wouldn't go in the box. On the swing, a baby chuckled each time her daddy tickled her feet. Tickle, tickle, chuckle, chuckle. And Fern chuckled too. She felt a whoosh of joy. She tried to catch the chuckles, then she tried to catch the tickles, but neither the chuckles nor the tickles would go in the can. She's having some difficulty here. When Fern reached the duck pond, a shimmer of sun sparkled and rippled across the water, and Fern smiled. She felt the whoosh of joy. Nana would love this, she thought. She tried to catch the sparkles, first with her fishing net. Is that going to work? Don't think so. Then with her paper bag. I wonder how that works in water. And finally with a scoop from her saucepan. But the sparkles just disappeared. Finding joy was easy, but catching it was hard. Fern walked home with heavy feet. She loved Nana and she wanted to bring joy back into her life. But her catching bag was empty. Nana was snoozing in her chair. Fern laid her head on her arm. "What's the matter?" asked Nana. "I wanted to catch some joy for you, but I couldn't," said Fern very sadly. Fern told Nana about all the things she had seen. She did have a busy day, and she tried very hard. To Fern's surprise, Nana smiled. It was the biggest, widest whoosh of a smile Fern had ever seen. "You don't need a can or a box or a net to bring me joy," Nana said. "You bring all the joy in the world just by being you." The next day, Fern took Nana to the park. Whoosh! Together they found joy in the most unusual places. And this time, Fern's catching bag was full to the brim with Nana's delicious butterfly cakes. The end. So today, maybe we can all be looking for a piece of joy to bring us that whoosh. Thank you. Thanks. Oh, yes. Oh, dear. I actually found two books, but that one was a favourite. Let's sing the children out as they go to RE class. Oh, is that not on here? John? Bye, kids. Behold you in our heart as you all the dangly bits off me. Where are we at? Okay. So that brings us to the offertory and share the plate. Mount Vernon Unitarian Church. What? Oh! Hang on. Yes. Oh, I did it the wrong way round. There's no joy in that. The candles of joy and sorrow, please make your way down the aisle. To light a candle. Now, I think we have some music. Yes. I thought, well, says it's first. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Take a seat, guys. We live in the same house. You think we'd talked to each other before. So the offertory. Oh, gosh. Mount Vernon Unitarian Church continues to share the plate with committed organisations that our members have chosen. For the month of July, we share with MVUC, a Centre for Immigration Rights, and Taylor is here to tell us more about it. Come on up, Taylor.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. My name is Taylor Rivera Stone. I am the volunteer program manager at MVUC Center for Immigrant Rights. Thank you so much for welcoming me today. So I'll tell you a little bit about Amica Center for Immigrant Rights first, in case you haven't heard of who we are. Amica Center for Immigrant Rights is the only nonprofit in the DMV area that focuses exclusively on providing legal education and legal representation to individuals that are currently detained by our government and at risk of deportation. When I spoke to you all around this time last year, I started off by saying how tired I was. And unfortunately, I think, and I'll use the collective we here, I think we're all still pretty tired. I know I'm tired of the government detaining people for years without access to due process. I'm tired of adults and children being deported to third countries where they have no family support, no community ties, no support system whatsoever. And I'm tired of seeing ICE in unmarked vans in our communities kidnapping people off the streets, people with no criminal records who have been our neighbors for 30+ years. But since last year when I shared very similar feelings with you all, I've also continued to be invigorated and encouraged by those around me. Our volunteer program has grown immensely. People who have never engaged in immigrant rights are coming to us and saying, how can I help? Grassroots mutual aid groups and immigrant rights collectives are popping up all over the DMV, and legal teams like Amica Center's legal team are getting creative in how we defend people against ICE. We are now filing more habeas corpus cases on behalf of our clients because it's one of the only ways they are getting out of detention. We are stopping third country removals by consulting country conditions experts and filing thousands of pages of evidence in support of a client's case. And we are suing the government for cutting vital legal programs, continuing to make warrantless arrests without probable cause. And more importantly, we are winning. And of course, that's the perfect segue to tell you all about one of our client wins from last month. Carlos and his family were actively involved in opposing the dictatorship in Venezuela. For as long as he could remember, he peacefully protested with his entire family. The government, of course, took notice, and as a result of his political activities, he was threatened, attacked, and tortured by pro-government death squads in Venezuela over the course of 4 years. Nevertheless, he continued to protest. These attacks culminated in 2021 when the death squads found Carlos and shot him in the back. Miraculously, he survived, and after months of recovery and hiding, he fled Venezuela at the age of 22 years old to seek safety in the US. For the past 3 years, Carlos has worked as a scaffolder in DC. He fully supports his 7-year-old son, who he describes as the light of his life. In December of last year, he was arrested by ICE despite having no criminal history, and he was sent to a detention center in Virginia. Our team began representing him in March of this year and helped him apply for humanitarian relief. We spent hundreds of hours working on Carlos's case, filing his asylum claim and submitting over 3,000 pages of evidence to the immigration court. At his hearing this past June, Carlos was granted withholding of removal from Venezuela and protection under the Convention Against Torture. Just 3 weeks ago, he was finally released from detention and was reunited with his son and the rest of his family. These are the types of wins that are made possible from all the people coming to us and saying, how can I help? So I hope you'll join me in making more of these wins come to fruition. And thank you again for having me join you all.
Tal. We are a community that invites spiritual and material generosity from our members and friends. I invite this gathered community to offer whatever you are most comfortable with in spiritual and financial generosity for the mission of the church community. If you would like to write and mail a check to the offering, please make it to MVUC, and in the memo line indicate how you would like it to be used. We are so grateful for your donation. Thank you.
May seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine is here so you can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon floating into space, up in the air like I don't care. And by the way, because I'm happy, got none. If you feel like happiness is your truth,
Because I'm happy.
clap along if you feel like a room without a roof.
Because I'm happy.
Clap along if you know what happiness is to you.
Because I'm happy.
Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Got bad news, talking this and that. Give me what you got, don't hold back. 'Cause I gotta warn you, I'll be just fine. No offense to you, but you got a waste of time. Because I'm happy, clap along if you feel like you're without a roof.
Because I'm happy.
Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth.
Because I'm happy.
Clap along if you know what happiness is to you.
Because I'm happy.
Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do.
Happy.
Bring it down, can nothing
Happy.
bring me down. Because I'm
Happy.
bring me down, can nothing
Happy.
bring me down. Because I'm happy, 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 happy. It's 'cause I'm happy. Feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy, clap along if you know that happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy, clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy, clap along if you feel that that's what you want to do.
You can remain seated for this. It's a reflection, so the very idea that this place, this community, this service brings joy. Go to number 733 in your hymnal. It's the very last one. And it's a responsive reading. Called A Place of Meeting. I'll read the first part, you guys do the italics. Out of wood and stone, out of dreams and sacrifice, the people build a home. Out of the work of their hands and hearts and minds, the people fashion a symbol and a reality. May all who enter here trust one another so surely that they dare to share the deep fires that burst into anger as much as the sweet spring waters that swell into laughter, the slow erosion of wounded tears as much as the soaring song. May these walls May these rafters hear the voice of the child as surely as that of the orator, and the sound of the lute, and the clack of the typewriter, the swish of the broom, and know that all are as holy as the shout of 1,000,000 stars. Thank you. Okay.
Joy, a journey of discovery. Beloveds, the journey of joy begins with an image and a question. The image. Imagine a film noir. The setting is a smoky, grainy concert chamber with 7 musicians, all male, all getting on in years, clad in dark suits and black ties, wearing fedoras like me and Eric, holding a variety of instruments, the high-pitched mandolin, the voices of several gentle guitars, the traditional stand-up bass, and a little percussion. This band singing a song the composer had spent 10 years writing. In these 10 years, he wrote well over 100 verses. The song, written and sung by Leonard Cohen, called Hallelujah. Its obscure but meaningful lyrics begin with, "I've heard there was a secret chord." As one commentator has observed, with poetic metaphors, the song explores the complexity of love and being human, explores the highs and lows of being human. With Hallelujah, the ultimate expression of joy is, in my view, the secret chord. The song started my journey of discovery that I will share with you. When you reach a joyful moment in your life, you are more likely to say hallelujah than joy. The word hallelujah is often what you say when joy arrives or when it's already there and you're enjoying it. So let's sing the hallelujah, led by Eric. There's a chorus, which is pretty easy. It's hallelujah, repeated many times, which I encourage you to sing along.
Yeah, we should have done the Blues Brothers while we were at it. Oh, one more. Need a capo for the piano. I heard there was a secret chord that David played, it pleased the Lord. But you don't really care for music, do you? It goes like this, the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, the major lift, the baffled king composing hallelujah. Your faith was strong, but you wanted more. You saw her bathing on the roof. Her beauty and the moonlight overthrew you. She tied you to the kitchen chair. She broke your throat. She cut your hair. From your lips she drew the hallelujah. 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 You say I took the name in vain. I don't even know the name, but if I did, well really, what's it to you? There's a blaze of light in every word. It doesn't matter which you've heard, the holy or the broken. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
When I think of joyful moments in my life, they are often event-related. They are memorable. They are achievements. For me, these moments included being part of a team winning a rugby championship back in New Zealand, the birth of my children. As Mayor Mamdani said when the New York Knicks won, what a gift it is to be brought together by pure, unfiltered joy. For as long as we live, we will remember this feeling of a city together, a city alive, a city overcome by happiness. So how do you turn these moments into a state of joy? We will look into that question. And the question I promised you that went along with the image is, would your life be better with more joy in it? How do you cope with the daily grind of incessant attacks by our government on our core Unitarian values of loving everyone equally, respecting each other, caring for our planet, looking after those less fortunate, and our specific American value of pursuing happiness for each other and ourselves? If I could talk to the Founding Fathers, I would ask them to change the words happiness to joy. It's joy that will help us deal with these challenges. On the journey I took with my new friend, Guru AI, or Guru Artificial Intelligence, they said, joy is a deep, enduring state of spiritual contentment, well-being and satisfaction that transcends circumstances. It is eternal and permanent. It is connected to a purpose, living in alignment with one's core values, ethical ideals, or spiritual ideals. So this concept of joy is really neat. It's central to our Unitarian faith, and right now we need it. We need to deal with adversity and injustice and most of the insane leadership we are suffering at present. I'm a recent American citizen and had to study to become one. I had to learn all the positive aspects of the Constitution. It's focused on protecting individuals, the rights to express themselves, to enjoy and respect the freedoms and protections we enjoy. So let's explore this concept of joy through the magical word of music. As my friend Leonard says, I'll stand before the Lord of song with nothing on my tongue but hallelujah. Let's see if we can find the secret chord. And I've picked 3 pieces of music. The Ode to Joy, written by Beethoven, which we heard during the generosity portion of our program. We heard during the Sorrows and Joys. That famous Christmas carol, Joy to the World, attributed to George Handel. And it's Jeremiah was a bullfrog, Joy to the World namesake. When the Europeans created the European Union, they chose the instrumental version of Ode to Joy as their anthem. Instrumental, or more accurately, without voice. A very deliberate choice so as not to favour one language over another. The reason they chose this beautiful piece was to express the author of the words, Schiller, vision of the human race becoming brothers and sisters, freedom, peace and solidarity being the core values the European Union proudly notes. So it's a big picture kind of a view of joy. Every Christmas we sing Joy to the World. It's my favourite Christmas hymn, and I always think of one of the great tenors, Placido Domingo, singing it. In my shower I try and sing louder than him. You don't want to hear that. Now, as every year you know, it's not really Christmas we celebrate, but the winter solstice. That time when the does stop growing, shorter and start growing longer. Being from New Zealand, our winter solstice is in the middle of our Northern Hemisphere summer, round about now. So it's entirely appropriate, from my perspective, that we sing the hymn now. The hymn itself has a complex theology underlying it, but for our purpose, it's the sum of the parts, the feeling of joy that the song actually gives you when you sing. So singing itself brings joy. So let's turn to number 245 in our hymnal, and with Victor's help, sing Joy to the World. 245. Okay, you want to kick us off? We've got an expert singer who can read music to tell us when to start. Oh dear, Leonard's got his... Joy to the world is come, let earth with praises ring, let every heart prepare heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing. And joy to the world, and hearts their songs employ, while fields and woods, rocks and waves repeat that sounding joy, repeat that sounding joy. They must be that sounding joy. All their sins, their sorrows roll, will thorns fierce the ground. Let righteousness its glory show, as far as love is found, as far as love is found, as far as love. Thank you, Paula. Thanks, Eric. What can we do to bring more joy in our lives? What else can we do apart from sing? Are there things that we can do to make joy? We can, and what surprised me was we do a lot of joy-enhancing things in our lives already, some more than others. As some Unitarians, at least those that Guru AI spoke to, suggest making joy as a spiritual practice, making time for the things that remind us of why life, freedom, and justice are worth fighting for. We celebrate as a community our joys and sorrows each week. For me, it's always about remembering my son Bradley and other friends who have passed. I've never celebrated a joy until working on this sermon. Maybe we should individually alternate. One Sunday a joy, another Sunday a sorrow. Try and do both at the same time. At first I thought that was impossible until I tried it and thought this works rather well, and showed me the wisdom of my UU ancestor who came up with the idea. That all being said, I'm reliably informed when the children go up to light a candle, it's usually a joy they celebrate. Just being able to light the candle itself brings joy, celebrating a new kitten and a new friend. Being foolish is silly is also a good thing to do. Going back to one's childhood where the most of worries we carry today aren't with us. We sometimes do a bit of that in church, a little dancing, sang that song before, singing, yelling, and so forth. Maybe it's why we all enjoy Time for All Ages. The feel-good rock song, Three Dog Night, reminds us of this with their version of Joy to the World, written for what was an unaired children's television show, and it's nothing short of silly. So let's all sing this one together. The words will come on the screen, and Eric, once he gets rid of his damn tie, is going to lead us through it. But the key to this song is the line Jeremiah was a bullfrog really has to be yelled out loudly. Okay.
Jeremiah was a bullfrog. He was a good friend of mine. I never understood a single word he said, but I helped him drink his wine. And he always had some mighty fine wine. And singing joy to the world. All the boys and girls now. Joy to the fishes in the deep blue sea. Joy to you and me. If I were the king of the world, I'd tell you what I'd do. I'd throw away the bars and the cars and the war and make sweet love to you. Yes, I'd make sweet love to you. And singing joy to the world. All the boys and girls. Joy to the fishes in the deep blue sea. Joy to you and me.
Of the ladies, my blue fire. I'm a highlight player and a rainbow rider, a straight shooting son of a gun.
Well, now, you know I love the ladies. I love to have my fun. A high night flyer and a rainbow ride, a straight shooting son of a gun. I said a straight shooting son of a gun. Last chorus. Joy to the world. All the boys and girls now. Joy to the fishes in the deep blue sea. Joy to you and me.
Connecting with nature is something we can do that brings joy. We're quite good at that. I work in the woods with the outdoor fellowship group, working and getting the invasors off our holy hill, tree bathing, outdoor poetry, birding, all great for the soul and things we do, and wonderful for building joy. Being creative with art. There is an embarrassment of riches. We have our quilters, our painters, our photographers, our sculptors, our crafters, our sewers, our potters. Sadly, this is not my strength. The closest I get to art is the occasional jigsaw puzzle. And I do stand in awe and appreciation of the creativity that resides within this community. They bring so much joy to our church. Just doing music, whether it's the choir, the Windmill Jazz Group, the Hum and Strummers, our pianist, our guest and member solo artist, they all bring us joy. Our short story writers, our poets, our novelists, our philosophers, our historians, our faculty experts also help create joy. As AI Guru says, in a world marked by grief, displacement and economic strain, joy becomes a practice of survival. It keeps us engaged, hopeful and connected to the beloved community. By intentionally choosing joy, United Unitarians affirm their commitment to justice, compassion, and the belief that life is worth living. In short, in Unitarian Universalism, joy is not just an emotion. It's a choice, a ritual, and a lifeline. It's how we keep hope alive and community strong, very much along the lines of the recitative reading we participated earlier in the service. So every journey comes to an end. It's time for me to reprise my key 3 thoughts and asks of you. Please, when you light a candle of joy or sorrow, add in a joy. Let's not forget joy. Let's emphasize joy in our lives. 2, think about how through your creative talents you can make joy a permanent state of mind rather than just celebrating wonderful moments. 3, do something positive that brings joy to others and keeps our community strong. As we sang, let it be a dance, let life be a joyful dance. Hallelujah.
We do not have a closing hymn today because we've sung enough. So if you would please rise as we extinguish the chalice. We extinguish the chalice at the unity or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts together. Please be seated. Finding Joy by Anonymous. That's a bit close down, I think. Joy does not arrive with fanfare. No red carpet, no golden stair. She sneaks in as you sip your tea or watch the wind dance in a tree. We search the skies and distant lands with grand ambitions in our hands, forgetting that the brightest spark is just a light within the dark. She asks for no unblemished day, no perfect home and no grand display. She slips through cracks of hurried lives and heals the heart that daily strives. So breathe the air and look around where tiny quiet blooms are found. You need not chase the distant sun, for joy has found you, one by one. Thank you.
Okay. So now for Marriage of Figaro. Marriage being one of the most beautiful things that can happen in our life. Victor.